all the time, what do? What's my strategy? How do I get from point A to point B? How do I pick myself up after being knocked down so many times? How do I manage to juggle everything that I have going on in my life? And I'm always flabbergasted when they ask me that question, because I notice that they want me to give them an outline. They want me to give them a blueprint. It's no blueprint. I pray. I've always prayed. This isn't something that I just started doing. I have prayed all the time. There was a time where I was distracted and I didn't pray. But I prayed. Now I pray a lot about everything, about anything. And that's how I got to where I am today. I prayed about the things that I wanted. I want you to know that you can manifest what you want. And that's a real thing. Like, I think that when people hear people talking about manifestation, they don't think that it's real. It's real. A lot of people walk around and they say things like, I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want that. But those aren't the things that you should be putting into the universe. You should be telling the universe what you do want. I want this. I want that. I'm going to have that. I am that. And watch those things come to life. You can't speak negativity into the universe and not expect the universe to produce that. You speak into existence the things that are into your life, whether you believe it or not. So you have to be very, very, very timid with the things that, not necessarily timid. I'm sorry, that was the wrong word. You have to be very delicate with the things that you say. Very intentional when you're speaking about the things that you want. That's a real thing. I made a list at the beginning of 2020, and please don't ever get me fucked up. 2020 is a shit show. But for me, despite everything that's going on outside of me, I wrote down a list, a personal list for me. Now, I could have never foreseen COVID. I could have never been able to say at the beginning of 2020 that we would be in the middle of a revolutionary war between black people and everybody else. I would have never thought that. But at the beginning of 2020, for me, I made a list. I didn't talk about what I didn't want no more. I talked about what I wanted. And there's some things on that list that when I wrote them, I had a small idea behind it. They are now bigger than me. All you have to do is profess that that's what you want. And you can have it. But it's deeper than you just saying that you want something. Knowing that you want something. You got to believe that you can have it. That's number one. You got to believe that you can have it. You got to believe that it's yours already. 6 months ago, I knew that what I'm currently working on, I was going to be working on. But I didn't think that it was going to be as big as it's going to be. I try not to really talk about negative things. I noticed that when I would do my poetry, when I started out, I was angry. I say that all the time on my podcast. And when you get a chance, all streaming platforms, the Nurse Key podcast is available. Download, stream, like, rate. I'm open to it all because I'm growing. I don't have it all figured out. And that's another thing. I think that when people come into contact with me, or even if they don't, if they just looking at me from the outside looking in, I think that people think that I have it all figured out. I don't. I'm learning. Every single day I'm learning. Every day I have a goal. Every day I make a mistake. Every day is not a good day. And I need you to know that every day won't be a good day. You're going to have some fucked up days, and you got to be able to embrace that. You got to be able to be ready for that. You got to be mentally prepared to deal with whatever is going to come your way. Because that's the only way that you're going to win. That's the only way that you're going to win. You're going to win that way. Not hating. Hating is such a thing. Not hating. Don't hate. If you see somebody doing the same thing as you, understand that your lanes are totally different. Don't even try to get in a lane. Don't even worry about nothing else but your lane. There's no traffic there. There's no traffic there. It's nothing like you're going to have some obstacles. You probably got to bust a couple U's, but guess what? You're going to still get to the destination that you're supposed to be at. You got to know that. You got to know what it is that you want to do. You can't be out here confused. You can't do that. You find moments of confusion. I'm never confused about anything. Because when I find myself not having the clarity that I need about things, whatever that may be, I immediately pray and I ask for it. And in that moment, I prepare myself to be ready for whatever that clarity is. You know, a lot of times we ask the universe for things, we ask God for things that we don't be ready for. You want to elevate. I want to elevate. I don't want to be here no more. I want to go to the top. I want to be great. But guess what? That journey comes with separation. That journey comes with some hard times. That journey comes with sacrifice. So you didn't even know what you was asking for. You just was asking for the pot of gold. You wasn't asking for what it was going to take to get there. But you got to be ready for all of that because it comes with it. It ain't all glitz and glam. It ain't all positive. It ain't all peachy. It's not. When you trying to get to certain places and you trying to do certain things, it's things that come with that. I want to be loved correctly. Okay, now you got to break up with your boyfriend and your girlfriend. And you wasn't asking for that. Excuse me. You wasn't asking for that. What you was asking for, what you thought you was asking for, you wanted the universe to change them. They're not meant for you. They're not meant for you. I want to be around people who support me. So now you and your friends not friends no more. And now you have no understanding as to why this is happening to you. You asked for something. You said you wanted people that support you. People don't support you. They don't care about you. They talking about you behind your back. They don't have your best interest at heart. And what happens is we fight so hard for those people. We fight for that. As soon as we see that it's a shake-up, we fight for that. So we see that things are starting to unravel. And we see that people are starting to fall off. So what do? We try to go back and get them. What I've learned is that the things that I have are a blessing. But the things that I don't have are a blessing too, because a lot of times rejection is protection. And people don't understand that. But see, me, I have been down a lot of roads a lot of times. I realize that when I ask for certain things and I don't get them, the human part of me wants to throw a fit and things aren't going my way, and I want to get mad about that. But when I sit down and I go within and I try to change my perspective and I try to see, okay, so how can I view this differently? The first thing I think is, if I don't have it, it's because it's not meant for me to have it. And I'm not saying never. Maybe just right now. A lot of things that I've been doing as of lately is a lot of self-work. I've been meditating with my friend Satira. Her name is Satira on Instagram. If you're ever interested in doing a mental detox, that's currently what I'm a part of right now. So you can reach out to her and you can kind of, just tap into her and see when she has another session like this going. But I've been meditating. Most of it is guided, but a lot of it is me just going within to find those answers, to work on, okay, so how did I contribute to this problem? What did I do? How can I make this better? What can I do to make my life better? I don't want any burdens, right? But I don't want to be a burden to anybody either. So when I'm asking for God to remove people from me, I'm also asking God to remove me from people that I may not be good for, that I may not be good to. Because a lot of times you don't really see your flaws. And this whole journey is about breaking down and building up, breaking down and building up, breaking down and building up. And if that's not something that you're willing to do, this journey going to be hard for you. It's going to be hard. I'm not saying that it's supposed to be easy, but it's going to definitely be difficult. If that's not something that you're ready to do, you got to be ready to do that. And you got to be ready to do that at any moment. Because guess what? At any moment, it can happen. You can be up here and something can happen that's going to knock you down here. And you got to be willing to break yourself down and build yourself back up and stop looking for other people to do that. See, we depend on people for that. It's a lot of codependency going on. We've gotten used to people breaking us down. So what we do is we stick around and we expect them to build us back up. That's not how that works. You gotta have the strength to build yourself up. You gotta have the strength to be there for yourself, to love yourself. Self-love is everything. Self-love is everything that you're gonna need in this world, because guess what? It's gonna attract everything that you need. When people see that you treat yourself a certain type of way, they have no choice but to match that, right? So when we run into these situations with people who treat us shitty, We shouldn't automatically get upset at them. We have to ask ourselves, what is it within us